Can Fasting Save Your Life? Written by Tasha Myers, Ph.D., and Alan Goldhamer, D.C. Narrated by Rob Sogomonian. Copyright 2024 by Tasha Myers, Ph.D., and Alan Goldhamer, D.C. Production copyright 2024 by Anthony Pica Productions, LLC. Dedicated to the patients of the TrueNorth Health Center. Note to listeners. Both the paper and ebook editions of this book include a number of charts and graphs that can't be presented in the audiobook. To view these charts and graphs, please refer to one of the other two editions. Disclaimer. The information in this book is presented for educational purposes only. It is not intended to be a substitute for the medical advice of a physician, dietitian, or other healthcare professional. Foreword. The foreword was written by T. Colin Campbell, Ph.D. Dr. Campbell is the Jacob Gould Sherman Professor Emeritus of Nutritional Biochemistry at Cornell University and the co-author of the China Study. Fasting, one of the oldest health remedies known to humankind, has not received the attention it deserves in the medical community. For almost 40 years, Dr. Goldhamer has operated his clinic at TrueNorth Health Center in Santa Rosa, California. His waiting list of patients is a testament to his success. I can affirm the value of fasting, both personally and professionally. In the early 1990s, I incurred a neurological condition that affected my speech. It had actually begun 25 years earlier when I had heavy exposure to an exceptionally toxic chemical called chick edema factor, which was subsequently given the name dioxin, of Vietnam Agent Orange fame. According to a Canadian government food and drug testing lab, my blood contained 800 times the maximum safe level that was later set for dioxin. I had tried virtually everything I could think of to resolve my problem, but without success. So in one final effort, I tried water-only fasting, which entailed 2 14-day fasts 1 year apart. Being a professional researcher and teaching toxicology, pharmacology, and nutrition, I was aware of evidence showing that fasting might clear the body of such toxins. After the first fast, my blood level of the toxin dropped to undetectable, according to a clinical lab test at UCLA, but I didn't have any improvement in my condition. However, I tried a second fast a year later, and my problem was fully resolved about a month afterward. I reasoned that although the level of dioxin in my blood disappeared after the first fast, it seemed to require an additional year for me to experience its clinical benefit. During that year, I read a report from France stating that dioxin causes demyelination, damage to the protective myelin sheath that surrounds nerve fibers in the brain, optic nerves, and spinal cord, which is considered a permanent condition. Nevertheless, I imagined that remyelination, similar to the revascularization of blood vessels, might be possible, especially when sustained by a whole food, plant-based diet with minimal or no added salt, sugar, or fat, which has worked so well for reversing chronic degenerative diseases. I believe that is what had actually happened. On my second fast, I was joined by my wife, Karen, who had been diagnosed with advanced melanoma, stage 3, because of the presence of melanocytes in her lymph gland. She had refused the recommended surgical removal of the nearby lymph gland and chemotherapy in favor of a strict, whole plant food diet. She did a water-only, 14-day fast and unexpectedly resolved a long-standing asthma condition in the process as well as all evidence of the advanced melanoma. This was nearly 18 years ago, and Karen has had no further problems with these conditions since then. And there's more. My colleague at Cornell, Banu Paripa, Ph.D., and I analyzed more than 170 patient records in the TrueNorth Health Center database to assess the effects of water-only fasting on blood pressure. The outcomes were remarkably impressive. The greater the blood pressure at the start, the larger the decrease, resulting in an almost perfectly linear regression to the healthiest level. These results were published in the peer-reviewed medical literature in collaboration with Dr. Goldhamer. There's still more. During my stays at TrueNorth Health Center, I became acquainted with many of Dr. Goldhamer's patients, who experienced a wide variety of ailments. Based on their narratives, I can say with great confidence that the benefits of fasting are far-reaching and exceptionally effective. This suggests to me that for people who are suddenly presented with an ailment,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?